Hello. Coming to you live in Putnam City, high school original. Check, check, 1, 2, check, check. Tigers pass over the right side, caught!
A little loud. Yeah. All right, I'm Putnam City, RCB Bank. That's my bank.
Check, 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 check. Testing 1, 2, 3. Welcome to Putnam City. Can you hear me okay? 1, 2. How's your kick yours on too? Let me hear me and Travis together.
Check, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2.
Check, check, check. Yeah, I could go up just a little, and he's perfect.
Check, check, check. Checkity, check, check.
Check, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2. 1, 2. Check, 1, 2.
Let's get ready to rumble.
1, 2. Oh, wow. Yeah, there I am. Ooh, wow. That's way loud. Check, 1, 2. Yeah, that sounds great. Thank you, Joe. One, 2. Check, 1, 2. 1, 2. You say go? Or hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Welcome. I'm here with Coach Rusty Morgan in the post-game interview. Bank of Blue Sky Bank. Bank of I'll get in there right in a minute. The Blue Sky Bank post-game interview. You're looking right at 1, 2, 1, 2. About where I hold it in front of him. I don't hold it there for me. I hold it over here for me. Is that coming through okay? start with, tell us about your position and how that's developed over the last week. Interview last week was a little bit crazy, chaotic. I didn't win it all. We haven't actually got to talk to you about it. So a lot of people can watch football and see the offense, and it's obvious when things are happening. And Good evening, Tiger fans. Welcome here to Tiger Football Live here on the Hub Network. James Coffin, of course, with Travis Peary, play-by-play, and Bruce Votes on all of the color commentary and statistician. Listen, we are here in Putnam City getting ready to take on the Elk City Elks for the rematch that really we've been looking forward to all season long. Before we get to that, we want to talk a little bit, Travis, about what happened last week and what we did to get us here, how the Tigers got here to this game.
Well, the Tigers last week in the round 2 of the OSSAA playoffs hosted the Blanchard Lions, and from everything that could be said about the game, I walked away from it throughout this week feeling like it was a much closer game. It was a much better game than what the score showed. And, of course, the Tigers come away with the victory there on Milton Field. And, Bruce, I think you'd have to agree, give a lot of credit last week to the defense and their effort.
Right, 42-7 victory for the Tigers last week against Blanchard. Berlowitz did a great job offensively. Let's just start with him. I had him 11 of 21 for 181 yards and 3 touchdowns last week. To help him along the way, Crooks had six total catches, 64 yards, and he had a couple of touchdowns. And Matheson, who has come on strong here in the last 4 or 5 games, he had 6 catches for 72 yards. To help the credit here, Crooks had the 64-yard punt return and the 38-yard punt return for touchdown. So special teams, offense, but the defense come on with the ace in the hole last week with Yount. He had 10, 11 tackles and an interception. And along the way, of course, Matheson, he's just a beast in the middle.
Well, and Crooks, of course, you mentioned the punt return. That was, I believe, our Blue Sky Bank Big Tiger play of the game. It was a real turning moment in the game as well, as the Tigers really picked up some momentum after that blast.
So last week, as we saw, it was similar to what we saw against Wagner, where the first quarter was just a back and forth, and neither team really doing much but moving the ball just a couple of downs, 3 and outs, 5 and outs, 6 and outs, and nothing really happening. Then the second quarter showed up, and Brady Matheson showed up. So we see Blaze Berlowitz finds him in the end zone, a barrel catch, a rolling catch into the end zone to get the Tigers on the board. And it seems like everything opened up offensively, and the defense really got settled after that.
Well, and everything, and we talked about Crooks, I believe, overall had 6 6 touchdowns just himself, and a couple of those being on special teams. And we'll get to special teams here in just a little bit later. But one of the things I wanted to point out was those guys up front for the Tigers, both the defensive interior linemen and the offensive linemen have just been getting it done for the Tigers week in and week out. Defense closing up gaps and or causing havoc enough for those linebackers to get in and really make a difference on opposing teams.
They did, and we're going to definitely need that tonight. Elk City is a running team, run a lot of options, and I know you guys will get in that pretty well here during the game, but the defensive line is going to have to be on point tonight. Not only that offensive line also.
Well, we'll get to that in just a minute, but last week, as we closed out the game, we got an interview with Coach Morgan. We also got an interview with Blaze Berlowitz and Noah Jones, and the crowd noise and everything else going on. We couldn't hardly hear, so we redid the interviews with Blaze Berlowitz and Noah Jones, and we're going to have our first one right now with Blaze. I want to start with, tell us about your position and how that's developed over the last couple of years.
Well, I play quarterback, and I've started as a sophomore, and I played my whole life since 4th grade. And, I couldn't picture myself doing anything different.
So how has it changed just on the height level that you've got?
It helps, being able to see everything, all my reads, go through them, and see over the line, so that helps.
What other sports or activities are you involved in this year?
I got basketball, baseball, and then I think track too.
Track too, that's great, but I noticed you didn't mention facts.
No.
And I know for a fact that you are in facts class.
Yeah, I am. I'm enjoying it.
So what's been your favorite part?
Probably just cooking.
Cooking?
It's fun. It's enjoyable. Yeah.
So well-rounded man. How did your apple pie?
Yeah, I think it turned out good. Everyone said it was.
What's been the best part of the season thus far? This has been a pretty amazing season, but what's been the best so far?
I think just being with the guys every day, the bond we have as a team, we're all pretty tight. So I think just being around them every day, that's probably the best part of it.
So what do you think makes this group different and has made this team so different this year?
After what happened last season, I feel like we came in, more hungry this year. We put in the work that needed to be done, and we put ourselves in a great place now. So we just got to go execute all that hard work. We all kind of came up together. We've been together our whole lives playing, so that's just it sticks with us. We stick together.
So you mentioned this last year. Your last loss was against the team that you're facing now. So I've been looking forward to this game. I want to know what you guys think about this.
Oh yeah, I mean absolutely, we're fired up. But it's just another game. They just happen to be on the schedule. So whoever it is, we're just gonna go play, do our thing.
Hey, Blaze, I appreciate your time. All right, that was an interview with Blaze Berlowitz, and glad to hear what all he's got going on. Pretty exciting about just how he's developed this year. And so right now we want to talk about this game. So coming in here, as Bruce mentioned just a minute ago, coming in here facing Elk City. This is the team that put Cushing out last week. This is the game that they've been looking for all season long, and I think most of the fans as well. How do you see this one, Travis?
Well, and that certainly has to be in the back of people's minds, especially, those that were there last year in Cushing hosting the first round of the playoffs. And Elk City was certainly not an opponent that Cushing was looking past. However, an opponent that sure snuck up and got the best of the team last year. So those players are back for us. Most of them looking at that game as something that they want to turn around now and do the same thing to this Elk City team this year. And Elk City, a team coming into tonight, I believe has one loss on the year to a very well-known Class 5A Carl Albert High School. And everything I've heard everybody say about them all year long is they just keep running over everybody they meet. So Elk City, Cushing undefeated, Elk City with the one loss. This game promises to be a good one.
This is going to be a good one, and I think it'll be a quick game as far as time-wise goes because Elk City keeps the ball on the ground, and, as long as they do that, that clock's still running. So the Tigers offensively is going to have to come out, put their foot on the gas pedal, and not look back.
And I think that's probably my biggest expectation for the game is the Tigers. And I've talked to some of the players middle of the week this week that, our up-tempo offense is a real advantage for us and really can play havoc on defenses. And when the Tigers get into that mode and that motion of that up-tempo offense, it can really drive them down the field. Then a defense that comes out and really puts the stops on. And tonight particularly we'll be looking to stop that running game. As the offensive stats kind of show us, Elk City does not have a lot of passing statistics this year.
Throughout the years, Cushing's had a good offense, a really good offense over the years, and good defense, but not great defense. And this is the first year we've really seen that balance come out. The Wagner game, I really want to talk about that. What we saw there, we saw a little bit of last week with Blanchard, where the first quarter, the back and forth with Blanchard, with Wagner it was the same way. They come down, all of a sudden they hit a brick wall. Cushing makes the adjustments they need to make, and now then it's shutout time. For Wagner. So, and it's been most of the teams this year have been that way for the Tigers. So what does that look like and how they changed defensively, Travis, to make that happen this year and make a difference?
Well, and certainly I think you look at the strategy on the field. The Tiger defensive staff works with the players to key off of certain individuals and to make things happen. And they call certain plays for certain blitz opportunities. They call certain plays so that players are in the right position at the right time. And when you have guys on the inside that execute and guys just coming in from whether it's a defensive tackle position, a defensive end position, an outside linebacker position, and Matheson right there in the middle, you've got guys with Crooks in the safety position all over the field, and one of those keys showed up last week big time, and that was Lane Yount.
Absolutely. Out there on the corner, he was just not only playing his position out there, but he was rushing the quarterback, doing a lot of stunts. It was just probably far one of his best games of the season, and I foresee tonight he's going to have a better game.
Absolutely, and he has continued to do so. And last week was chosen for the game ball from Coops Tire and Lube. And we'll be looking for a Blue Sky Bank Big Tiger play of the game tonight, as well as a Coops Tire and Lube game ball presentation as well, as the Tigers get ready to try to do what they've done all year, and that is just get down and dirty with the opponent.
And you said it last week. We've talked about all throughout the season players showing up. You got Wyatt Heiser. All of a sudden, we're calling his name all the time. You've got Brady Matheson. All of a sudden, we're calling his name all the time. You've got Jacob Horn. We're calling his name all the time. And then last week, Lane Yount, who we know has been a good player. He has had such stellar moments for the last two seasons, really. But last week, it seemed like on defense, he was everywhere. He was all over the field. And that freed up Matheson to do what he does best, being the wrecking ball in the middle. It freed up Camden Crooks to be the speedster on the outside and coming up and closing every gap and closing everything from the safety position. Man, it really looks like the Tigers are firing on all cylinders.
And when you can combine a good offense and a good defense with a good special teams, that has been a formula so far this year that has just spelled disaster for the opponents the Tigers have faced.
And the Tigers has just kept every team we played off balance. They don't know, do we defend the receivers? Do we defend Noah Jones? Do we even kick to Crooks on a punt or a kickoff?
And to that point is if you do decide to double team somebody, you've got somebody else to worry about because the Tigers are loaded in those positions. So another key to being here this week and hopefully in this game will be the Tigers have stayed healthy this year.
That's right. And Elk City is live and die on the run, and they have a good running game. We saw it last year. They've only gotten better this year with it. They come through and they've got jet sweeps. They've got little traps they run. They have 3 solid running backs that can affect you all the way through. So let's talk a little bit how that's going to develop in this game. Talk a little bit about Elk City and what we expect to see from them.
Well, you mentioned the jet sweeps, and I think what people are going to see and what we're getting ready to see is a lot of misdirection plays, and can be tricky as to who has the ball because good fakes and good handoffs. Well, that's the reason it's designed for that. Is if it's hard for us to see, it's certainly hard to see on the field. However, one of the things I know is that defenses that have watched that in film can prepare for that, and that can be a real key to the game. And I know the Tigers are prepared all week for this one.
And they have, and you talk about Elk City's rushing. They've doubled what.
Back. So talk to us a little bit about how that's developed, and especially last year we saw a completely different guy come out there in confidence.
Yeah, so it's just about confidence, I would say. Just having that confidence, that nobody can take you down or nothing like that. You can run through people.
Yeah, wanting that extra few yards has really been a difference maker. So what things do you have going on besides football this year?
I really don't have anything else going on.
No track, no basketball, no?
Oh, well, after, basketball, football, and track, yeah.
Anything else? No extra stuff? Hey, what do you think has been the difference maker this year for this team?
I would have to say the difference maker is our defense. Our defense is killing it out there.
Yeah.
We're getting our work done. Makes it easier on the secondary because they're doing their jobs.
Has it been fun learning that corner position, or a little bit intimidating?
It's been fun, but also a little intimidating just because I'm used to it now, but back then I wasn't very used to it.
What about conditioning for playing both sides of the ball? What have you done especially to make that available?
Just taking every chance I get to, I'd say, just to run, stay in condition during practice, sometimes stay after practice.
Hey, you've been a blast to watch develop, but I appreciate your time, man. Good luck this week. Thank you.
Be sure you know what's below and call 811 before you dig.
All right, welcome back here to the Hub Network and Tiger Football Live. James Goffelt, Travis Peary, and Bruce Vogt. This is the Plains Pipeline pregame countdown. You ever know what Jones there? A lot of things going on. I want to mention real quick, these games start really mattering as you go along. And just to put a nail in that, the officiating crew for this game tonight, Harold Ospaw is the referee, Kevin Garrett, the umpire, head linesman Jesse Starks, linesman Robert Ramos, and back judge Steve Jones. This is the same crew that officiated the Bixby Jones game on ESPN. So a great crew, and that's going to let you know how these matter. Now, another thing that mattered is this week our game that we're going to see. Whoever wins this one is going to face the winner of the Wagner Poto game. Do you want to tell everybody what happened there?
Well, as we've just found out, just right before coming on the air, you'd looked it up and showed us that game was played earlier today, and the winner of tonight's game will face in the 2022 state championship the team of Wagner.
Yes, sir.
They won over Poto 30-0.
Whoa.
So a shutout for Wagner. And, we talked about Wagner throughout the year. Just because we played them in district play, whenever you prepare for an opponent and you handle them well, which is what the Tigers are hoping to do again tonight, whenever you can do that, you sometimes make another team, not look as adequate, not look as good. However, we've said all year Wagner's a good team. They were a good opponent. Don't let that, fool you. And we've done it week in and week out. The key is how you prepare for the team in front of you, and tonight the Tigers have prepared for Elk City.
And they have prepared for him. And this is we can't start out like we did last week. We had a few hiccups, a few stumbles along the way starting out, and I don't know if that was because of the cold, the jitters, or for whatever reason. We can't have that. And the mental preparation.
Long time, and they put in a lot of work on the weekends, game planning, all that kind of stuff. But also the stuff you don't see is behind the scenes, the bonds they have with the kids, and there's a love there, and very, very lucky to be around this staff and know the way they work, know the way they care about the kids, and it shows on Friday nights.
How has that changed over the last couple of years?
Coach Moore's done a great job on special teams. He really has, and he works diligently throughout the week and gets every unit we have, punt return, kickoff, everybody kind of dialed in, and whenever you're working with a group of athletes and guys in every unit, not just special teams, but that are bought in and wanting to succeed, and that driving force right there. Coach Moore's done a great job with them. They bought in, like I said, and it's been a special teams to me. If you keep momentum or gain momentum on those units, and we have, I think, every single time we've taken the field this year. So special teams have been great. Coach Moore's done a great job.
All right, that's been your Plains Pipeline pregame countdown. Appreciate everybody joining us today. And from here on out, Travis Peary, our play-by-play, is going to take it.
And ladies and gentlemen, it is time for state semifinals action. One game played earlier today, and we know that Wagner awaits the winner of the Cushing Elk City game. We appreciate you joining us right here on Hub Network live as the Cushing Tigers getting set to receive the opening kickoff. Crooks and Jones and Yount back deep for the Tigers as the Elks getting set to kick from their own 40-yard line. Kai Keys with the kickoff duties, and we're underway, and that'll be taken by Yount near the 15-yard line. Yount finds a gap and is still on his feet, makes his way near the 35. Looked like in on the play, Alonzo Gino, one of the tacklers for the Elks.
Nice return for the Tigers there.
You get the blocking in front of you, and you're able to get an opening and turn just a couple yards into several yards. And starting out certainly from their own 34-yard line, the Tigers' offense ready to go to work. We've seen this from week to week as the Tiger offense likes to start the game and show the opponent that they're here and they mean business. Tigers, of course, two backs, two wide receivers both sides with Jones in the backfield. Berlowitz will pass, first play of the game. He's going to go down the middle of the field. He's got Crooks, and just a little underthrown as Crooks had to slow down just enough for, I believe, Matthew Thompson to just knock that one away.
Man, that was good defense by Thompson. Good coverage.
And Crooks was open. I mean, if it had been delivered a little bit crisper, a little bit harder, it had been a 6.
Crooks had a step or two and certainly would have been the first 6 of the game. Instead, the Tigers put Crooks in motion this time, have 3 wideouts to the far side.
And that speaks of volumes. It tells you that Crooks can get that separation.
Absolutely. All season long, Berlowitz will look that way again. He'll fire in the flats. That one almost picked off. Almost. It was intended for Crooks once again. I believe that one is Cale Poole, number 24.
Yeah, and the Tigers are really lucky that he didn't come away with that one. He jumped the route. Cale Poole jumps the route on that, and, man, there's nothing between him and end zone but green turf.
And a timing route like that works best when the timing is perfect. And that's what I credit to that is just the timing was off just a little. And that little bit of timing can be tough to get at the very beginning of the game. Here's an inside screen set up for Yount. He gets a guy to miss and another and will be taken down. Looks like he'll be short of the first down.
He gave him about 8 yards on it.
He'll make it to the 42-yard line. And it will indeed bring up a 4th down and 2, and the Tigers come out, and Berlowitz will get set deep to punt this one away. Back deep for the Elks, Cole Bowie. He's one of the return men, wide receivers, and running backs for the Elks. We should see lots of action out of him this evening. Here's Berlowitz with the snap and the kick. Nice kick. Does not take a Tiger bounce. Takes an Elk City bounce. Goes out of bounds near the 41-yard line. That's where the Elks will take over for their first offensive possession of the game. So far, the Tiger offense just a little slow getting started. One would-be touchdown was a step or two off, and then a timing route out in the flats gets knocked away. Other than that, the offense, the receivers are beating the backs.
And I hate being an armchair quarterback up here, but Berlowitz had an open lane to the first down marker on that one. If he'd just, because he has that option.
That's it. That style of his punting.
Berlowitz,
Brody can take off and run if it's wide open, or he can punt it away, and chose that time to punt it away. But we get to see the Tiger defense come out, and you see this bunched set formation for the Elks as they will do a lot of misdirection plays. This handoff will go over the right side for 2 or 3 yards. Smash mouth football is what we expect to see, and they start right out of the gate with that style, and that is number 26, Levi Owens.
Look like Horn in on the tackle.
Owens will gain 2 on the play, spots the ball just shy of the 40, and brings up a 2nd down and 8. Horn, of course, shutting that one down from his defensive linebacker position. Tigers in their 4-3 defensive look. This handoff, again up the middle to the right side, and that one is shut down.
Man, that was a great job. By
G.W. Burgett might have been one of the one of the first.
He come in there and put the helmet on that thigh.
Owens again, straight ahead style runner. That's his 2nd carry. He's gained 2 yards on both carries. So it'll bring up a 3rd down and 6, and this can be the key. 3rd down and long situations against any running offense can be the key to flipping it back in your favor, getting the offense back on the field. Motion jet sweep. That is a target, and that is Jones on the stop, and we could call it the hammer.
He sniffed that one out at the very beginning.
Well, Jones was mirroring him, or as they call shadowing him, from the backside here. When he went the first time, Jones slid in there with him. The second time, he had a full head of steam and met him at the corner.
Loss of 3 on the play brings up 4th down and 9. Cooper Patton was the ball carrier.
And that was a well-designed play.
Yeah, he carries that play. We'll see that play several times, my suspicion tonight. This end-over-end punt will check up. So Crooks anticipating it to roll to him. It checks up right around the 26-yard line. And that's where the Tiger offense will come right back out for their 2nd possession of the game. A little deeper in field position than they were in their first possession. However, as we mentioned in that first possession, a timing issue here or there.
Yeah.
And as a coach, as a fan, as a player, you got to know that's coming.
We talked about our Plains Pipeline pregame countdown. Plains Pipeline reminds you, call 811 and know what's below before you dig. Plains Pipeline, 24-hour emergency care. Plains Pipeline.
Berlowitz keeps and comes around. Now he's got his check 2 wide receiver Yount just out of his reach, and he had some pressure right there at the corner, and that looked like the running back, Cale Poole, to Crooks.
And that's a pass that we've scored on all year long. So that's not a new design. That's just a play that between Berlowitz and Crooks that has been effective all year long.
It's been that type of play that when you need something and you just want to open something up, it's been a go-to for, 10, 15 yards, maybe 20. And you mentioned it, and a couple times throughout the season has broke into that touchdown score. And we've seen it from all different positions on the field as far as yardage goes. And that one just really gets you excited to be at this point in the game and come out with a big strike like that.
And don't let your guard down. Keep your foot on the gas, Tigers. Keep going. Don't look back.
Hey, I want to mention a few more of our sponsors. Davis Dental, our scoreboard sponsor. Cosmetic dentistry, crowns, bridges, teeth whitening, comprehensive dentistry, implant restoration, and Botox. Give them a call at 918-225-1356. That's Davis Dental Studio. Also want to mention RCB Bank. That's my bank. Sponsor of RCB at the Half. You can visit them at rcbbank.com.
Matheson's kick goes out of bounds, so that'll be a penalty flag, and it'll start Elk City at their own 35-yard line. And Matheson, very dependable all year long for deep kicks, and I believe in one of our interviews that James had with him and mentioned kicking is one of his favorite parts of the game. Might have just barely missed that one.
He's got a leg, and he's been dependable all year long.
But no return, so no harm, no foul, and Elk City will start at their own 35. Right near where they kind of started last time. So,
this will tell us right here whether Cushing's defense is on to something or whether they just sniffed out a few plays, and I think they may be on to something.
They certainly appear to be. This bunch set formation is that smash mouth, just come straight at you, run downfield, and then try to sneak the jet sweep. The Jets sneak it in. Coming around the edge when you're trying to pull everything inside, but the Tiger defense all hats up and aware. Here's a double shift. They'll have to come reset, and that'll cause the Tiger defense to adjust. And this handoff, he's met at the line of scrimmage. I believe that's Heisler. He's still being pushed backwards.
Man, he just stood him up and dropped him. That was an amazing defensive play.
Well, what's really amazing about it is his play, and then all of the black jersey that were swarming right behind him as the Tigers are swarming right to the hole. They are collapsing everything right now.
That play is designed to come right towards that defensive end, but if he handles the block coming at him correctly, which he did in that case, he gets position on that would-be blocker and shakes him off, and he's right in the face of that running back. And as you said, that help that was coming, they just continue to drive back. They're going to call it no loss on the play due to forward motion, and it'll be 2nd down 10. Elk City hands off and keeps, then hands back the other side. It's like a counter play, and this one goes and has an opening. Tiger defenders will try, but be unsuccessful catching at number 22, Cooper Garbarino. And that's the misdirection type play that we've talked about. Elk City likes to run, and they've been running it all year long. 7:39 now in this first quarter. And
7. They have been Tiger Football Live here on the Hub Network. Matherly Davis Funeral Home. Every life has a story. Give them a call at 918-225-3103. Tell Brent we sent you. Visit them at 402 East Broadway Street in Cushing. Matherly Davis Funeral.
The Tigers getting set now to return. And to what I thought Bruce was getting ready to say, and you said it just a little different. So it caught me. I don't think the first time this year that we've been scored on in the first quarter for sure. Yeah, and that is the type of game we expect to see tonight, back and forth.
Yeah. I think the Perkins game would.
I think Perkins did, but my memory is so faulty.
That'd be about right. This high end-over-end kick will be taken by Jones at the 19-yard line. Jones will go straight ahead. He has blockers, has room, now cuts back to midfield. He's got a hole, and Jones could get caught from behind. He does. He's down in Elk City territory at the 35-yard line. What a return, and what a good job by the blockers for the Tigers.
45-yard return for Jones.
We see this every week. How disciplined the Tigers are at letting the blockers get in front of them. It's the best I've ever seen out of the Tigers at waiting, being patient with the blocker, and the blockers all know what they're doing.
That's right.
Getting out front and making it happen.
And Jones has been a dependable running back all year at keeping that head on a swivel, looking for that hole to open up. Now Horn will come in and be the running back. 3 wide receivers to the far side, Yount to the near side. And this will be a switch in the line for the Tigers, switching sides. Now hand off straight ahead Horn. He had a little steam there. He got 4 or 5 yards on the play.
4 yards for Horn.
So a nice job, nice running play, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 6. And the Tigers' offensive line normally. That's Brody Todd, plays on that right side, and they shifted him over to the left side. A little bit of a misread or misdirection type stuff. We haven't seen very much of that this year. We'll see if it continues for the Tiger offense. Horn remains at tailback, 3 wide receivers far side. Berlowitz looks to the far side, over the middle now. Complete. Brody Berlowitz still on his feet inside the 20. That'll be a good for a Tiger first down and 10.
12 yards for Berlowitz. Brody Berlowitz.
You know, the Tigers are like, hey, okay, you scored on us. Let's see what we can do now. And running game and passing game combined there to get the first down for the Tigers.
2 wide receivers both sides. Now Jones returns at tailback. Berlowitz, 5-step drop, looks downfield. He has room. He may and does decide to run. He's got some blockers, and he gets out past the first down markers, tries to reach for the end zone as he's taken out of bounds. He'll be down near the 4-yard line, and that should be good for a Tiger first down and goal.
Hey, listen, he's reminding Elk City, hey, don't forget I can run too. And I need you to know he was really looked like reaching out for the 2-yard line. But he's tall, but not quite that tall.
16 yards for Berlowitz on that run.
I think he was giving it every effort.
4-yard line, yeah.
So from the 4-yard line, Tiger offense now showing 1 wide receiver to both sides. Berlowitz rolls to his right. He's in trouble, and he's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. So a defensive scheme called by Elk City.
Nice defensive scheme. So Elk City says, hey, you reminded us you can run. We want to remind you that we can blitz.
Yeah.
And roll in here, get a hold of Berlowitz. Something you haven't seen a whole lot this year. He's been hurried up quite a bit, but not sacked a whole lot.
Well, certainly not by 3 or 4 guys, which just tells me that formation may be something Elk City was looking forward to. Now no backs, empty backfield. 5 wide receivers. Berlowitz back to the 20-yard line, looks left, fires to the end zone. Penalty flags came down. And we'll get the signal. Looks like holding. Yeah, being called against the Tigers. Spot foul. It'll be 10 more yards. It'll remain second down and goal. However, it will be from around the 25, possibly the 25-yard line.
Tigers get a great return. Start off this drive with a great run and a great pass, and now they're moving the wrong direction with a sack and a holding call.
Some discussion here with the officials, and now the players are changing. Maybe they've declined the penalty in order to bring up a third down and goal from the 10. Why give the Tigers an opportunity to fire at it twice when you might be able to hold them right here? So Berlowitz now third down and goal, has Jones to his right. He'll pass over the middle, and that looks like it's caught, and touchdown, Tigers. We waited for the signal.
I thought he was never going to signal.
Man, they definitely got to be sure.
Was it Brady Matheson maybe? I tell you, what a great grab, yes. And we're a little farther away. It takes a minute or 2 more to get the numbers, at least at my age with my prescription. However, Brady stretches out for that and comes down, rolls a few times, and just a wonderful job reaching out and grabbing that one and securing it for the touchdown.
Very similar to what we saw him do last week, getting the Tigers on the board with that kind of a barrel roll catch to secure and make sure the ball's on top.
And he's had secure hands all year long.
Well, that extra
you get the ball close to him, and he's going to catch it.
Yeah, that's right. That extra point's good. Tigers now 14, Elk City 8, 5:33 remaining in the first quarter.
Want to mention just a few more of these sponsors. Hey, AAA Self-Storage, Stillwater Transfer and Storage, established in 1956. Give them a call, 405-372-0577. Doc came on, locally owned. He says, let's make it easier moving for you. And, hey, we appreciate him joining us. And a great alum from Cushing. Appreciate that. And, hey, you'll notice, I want everybody to verify that graphic is correct this week, just so we're clear. Want to mention also Coop's Fast Lube and Tire, 803 Main Street. Give them a call, 918-225-6559. Also the sponsor of the game ball that we're giving away each week to one outstanding player. That's Coop's Fast Lube and Tire.
Absolutely a nice looking advertisement. Larry, I'll just throw this little shout out. Looks just about as good as Doc looks. You say, yeah, that's right. Give a shout out to Doc.
One thing we wanted
some money.
Yeah. One thing we do want to mention is we want to welcome all the Wagner's people watching us tonight.
That's exactly right. As they had one earlier. If you missed, Wagner waits the winner of this game. Here's Matheson's kick. Will be taken around the 10. The Tiger special teams trying to close in. Nice hit there. He's taken down around the 30-yard line. That looked like Yount.
That was Yount.
And maybe right. He's right in on the stop as well. So Elk City coming out now for their offensive possession will start from their own 30-yard line.
And I know it's hard without having the clock, so a reminder, we have 5 minutes and 25 seconds left in the first quarter. This quarter going a little bit slower than we did last week. As Tigers leading now 14-8.
Elk City now in that power formation. Send a man in motion. They'll hand off to the far side. And he'll be dropped for a loss. Looks like Heisler getting in on that play as well.
Like Heisler and Yount again.
So nice team up on that side of the ball. No gain on the play. Will bring up 2nd down and 10. That was a handoff again, I believe, was to number 24. If that was Cale Poole. Clock continues to run now, under 5 minutes. 2nd down and 10. And that's going to be another misdirection back this direction. That handoff goes to Cooper Garbandino. He had the big play on the last possession for Elk City. That time the Tigers able to get there.
Looked like or number 5 got in the backfield there.
G.W. Burgett.
Burgett, yeah.
Nonetheless, a gain of 4 on the play will bring up 3rd down and 6.
Being dark in here, I'm having a rough time getting names and numbers.
Elk City set now for 3rd down and 6. Big play for the Tigers, wanting to change momentum. Poole shifts to Poole goes in motion. Handoff goes to Poole. And he'll be met at the line of scrimmage, and he'll be dropped there. So it'll bring up a 4th down. Looked like Matheson in on that play.
First met by Yount, and then by Matheson, and then by, I believe, who's on that far side?
That was Hilligoss.
So met again as the Tigers doing what they need to do.
The way they like to play defense. That'll bring up a 4th down and 5 and a punt situation for the Elks as Crooks gets set deep. And there's the end-over-end kick. Elk City, one of the things we don't talk about often enough, speed works for you in so many good ways. And in that case, when you can get down and recover a punt, it certainly leads to less returns.
Ace right in danger there. Hey, we got a
positive gain's a positive gain. We'll take that any day of the week. So we'll have good job by Berlowitz and the line keeping with their blocks, opening up that hole.
And that's what makes Berlowitz so good. He knew he had no help. He just ducked his head and ran.
Here's Jones breaking another one off, and he's got inside the 35. He'll be taken down, and that looked like the play that was supposed to run the last time. So that one does connect, and Jones had lots of running room, and now the Tiger offense will go in an up-tempo pace.
22 yards on the play to Jones.
That handoff was again to Jones. However, I believe there was a timeout called, and that timeout will go against Elk City. They didn't like that up-tempo and how it was happening.
Can't blame them. The Cushing, we had that hiccup, that first set of downs, punted it away. But since then, it's been nothing but positive yards.
Yeah, and that's the way the offense, once that we talked about a little miss on timing here and timing there. Once that timing starts to happen, it starts going the way we want it to go.
Berlowitz is 5 passes for 86 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Another one of our 5 sponsors, Bill's Easy Out, 2 locations in Cushing. You get all kinds of great barbecue there at location number 1. You can get a salad with a salad bar, location number 2 off 9th Street. But, man, the little armadillo eggs that they make, the cream cheese, the bacon, and the jalapeno, to die for. Bill's Easy Out, 2 locations in Cushing.
My diet hopes that they're out of those every time I walk in the front door, and much to my diet's disappointment, it doesn't happen very often. Now Bertowitz with the snap. He'll fire on the left side. That's Yount. It's caught. His forward motion will take him to about the 22-yard line.
6 yards on the pass.
Not an easy pass to hang on to, and Yount secures that one while being bent sideways.
Yount with 3 catches for 30 yards.
That'll be, I believe, a gain The 5 on the play brings up second down and 5, maybe 6, second down and 4. This handoff to Jones. He has that same play that he has running room on that right side. He fights his way down inside the 20.
5-yard gain.
That'll spot the ball at the 18-yard line. Check that 17-yard line and be good for a Tiger first down and 10. 1:45 and ticking here in the first quarter.
2 rushes for Jones for 27 yards. Both of them on this series of downs.
2 wide receivers to the near side with Jones in the backfield. Crooks and Yount, the wide receivers. Brady Mattson alone on the right side, gets the pass, makes a nice cut move to the inside, fights for the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
17-yard TD strike.
That is a nice catch, and because of his position in running the route, because of Berlowitz's position in placing the ball, the would-be tackler didn't stand a chance because the minute Matheson caught that, he cuts the opposite direction and then just fights his way. And from the 5-yard line in, he was fighting for the end zone, and he won.
And he did because that was a very low pass, and he picked it up off the shoestrings.
Now Matheson will attempt the point after and try to make this a 21-8 game. It's up and good and does. It is your Tigers 1:19 remaining first quarter up over Elk City 21-8.
Another new sponsor this year, Frontier Bowl Family Fun Center, 525 East Pine Street in Cushing. Give them a call, 918-225-2413. That is frontierbowl.com, located a quarter mile north of Highway 33 on Highway 18. Hey, be sure to visit them, get some pizza, some great drinks, and a great time bowling, Frontier Bowl. Don't forget also a new sponsor this year, Broken Arrow Electric Supply. The branch phone at 918-258-3581. Broken Arrow Electric Supply is a full-line electrical material supplier to the residential, commercial, industrial, and OEM markets. Broken Arrow Electrical Supply.
Matheson getting set to kick from his own 40-yard line now. A 21-8 lead with 1:19. Certainly not comfortable enough for anybody. It is a state semifinal game. Wagner awaits the opponent in the state championship next week. And as the Tigers have played for years now, 48 all guts, and the 48 means 48 minutes. And almost 12 of those are gone. Here's the return. Tackling on the far side of the field. The Tigers able to get him down around the 30-yard line. And there were several.
It's like 25.
Okay, I was going to say several over there. I couldn't catch who came out of the.
Emerson Harper or Sam Carpenter. I think it's Sam Carpenter.
Yeah.
The thing is, everybody at home or wherever they're at can't see, but every week, every game, you turn the hat around. That's the rally cap. That's what does it, Travis.
We're not superstitious at all.
No. No. Are we, James?
No. My lucky pen is nothing to do with this conversation.
Elk City now from the 30-yard line looks to pass downfield, that down the middle, and there's intercepted by the Tigers. Nice tip, nice catch, and the return to the 30-yard line, and that's GW Burgett. That could be a big Tiger play of the game. Blue Sky Bank big Tiger play of the game. Just you getting the momentum, and you've gone up 21-8, and a tipped pass. I thought whenever he threw it, it wasn't going to be hard enough. It kind of floated, and the Tiger defense closed in. And give that to GW Burgett for being in the right place, the right time. This week's Blue Sky Bank big Tiger play of the game. Now the offense retakes the field, first down and 10 from the Elks.
And showing it right there.
Uh-oh.
Okay, a reverse, and a pass, and there's a man by himself. Touchdown, Tigers! What a surprise play. Haven't seen it all year long. Let's pitch it this way. Let's reverse it that way. No, wait. Here, Berlowitz, you throw it to Yount, who, by the way, is camped out in the end zone just waiting for it.
Oh, my goodness. Be still my heart. You know, we talked about last year when the Tigers faced Elk City, they narrowed everything down. It seems like the play calling just got really close, really narrow. The exact opposite is happening tonight. Elk City's going, where did that come from? We haven't. That wasn't on any film.
I think everybody in this stadium listening far, near, and abroad are thinking the same thing. Nice job, Tigers. Nice execution. It almost got blown up in the backfield, but the Tigers stayed with it. The extra point kick is up. The extra point kick is good now with 53 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Yes, remind me. That all happened so fast. It's 28-8. Your Tigers on top.
Man, I tell you what, I'm so excited what they're saying, rally on. Listen, we can't give the pen or the hat any credit. It's all the players on the field. Oklahoma Credit Union says, join us today. Experience the member difference. Mobile app, co-op, shared branches, lower loan rates, higher dividends on deposits, and lower fees. Visit them online at okcommunitycu.com or give them a call 405-743-3328. Oklahoma Community Credit Union. Wow.
And the thing is, the Tigers have done this all year. I don't know why we're surprised, but it's just an exciting game. You know, we're in the city, in Putnam City, semifinals. We're not looking ahead, but we're looking at a Tiger football game right now.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And the Tigers have been a dominant team all year. However, they've been able to do it in methodical ways and not as much crafty trick ways. And when you go to execute those plays, they're not something you practice every single day. It's not your bread and butter. So to execute is the key, and the Tigers did. This return will be from the 10-yard line, and there is an opening, but it's closed. That tackle made by Yount near the 30-yard line. So in familiar territory where Elk City started last time and the Tigers took the interception back, GW Burgett back to the 30, and the Tigers started now. Elk City will start near the 30-yard line once again.
And
call it the 31.
Yount starting out with another spectacular game.
Yeah.
4 tackles.
Both on offense and on defense, securing the ball, running good routes, making good tackles.
And when I call out these tackles, Travis, those are solo tackles. Those are ones that initiate the tackles. There's these, like Yount is on several game tackles out there. So I'm just kind of narrowing it down.
A lot of herd tackles, you would say, right? The Tiger herd. Defense set now. Elk City goes to does hand off straight ahead.
Hilligoss met him head on.
Yeah, now he's going to be dropped near the 35-yard line. So the handoff goes again to 26. That's Levi Owens, and he's been there 3 to 5 yard run gain all game and does gain 5 there. Brings up second down and 5. So Elk City looking to work with a little bit shorter third or second down and third down situations. Now Jones under center, looks around. We're getting down to the 10-second mark. They may not run a play. They won't have to. They do. They get set. Jones with a man again.
Suddenly become very important. Protect your business from severe weather, severed lines, and other internet interruptions. Keep your business doing business and your customers happy. So what IoT? Internet everywhere.
All right, welcome back to the Hub Network and Tiger Football Live, your hometown Tigers. We begin the second quarter, is now leading 28-8.
And we talked about the officiating crew early, and, you know, they have been spot on. They've been spotless today. There's only been one flag thrown for holding against us. It was declined, but it's just been a pretty clean game.
Yeah, and certainly you can get to a state semifinals. You can get to round 2 of any round really in the playoffs, and you expect the players to be disciplined. You expect them to play clean, and you expect the officiating crew to play their part as well, and they do. And right now there's just some discussing maybe as to getting the chain set. If you're just joining us, the Tigers have a 28-8 lead after a very, very tight first several minutes of the first quarter. So the Tigers have some momentum built and are hoping to capitalize on that momentum in the second quarter.
They're resetting the markers. It's fun. Let's talk about that play. To be able to execute the first time you try a play like that.
All year.
That's impressive.
Yeah. And certainly that's the part to be excited about.
To reverse it in a
something,
pass.
Yeah, something you just don't see very often.
And the thing is, unwarranted. I mean, we're not in a stressful situation where we have to have something.
Just a good time. Now Jones, he'll pitch to the outside in an option-style play, and that'll be number 22, Cooper Garbandino. And he'll make his way near the 45, call it the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down for Elk City. The Tigers getting set now, or the Elk City, rather, getting set to try to approach midfield.
And Riley Matheson on the tackle.
Yeah, it's
so Elk City now. That was Matheson in on the tackle. Very good. Far side of the field, a little bit of glare here and there.
Yeah.
Trust the binoculars. Yeah. Trust the man with the binoculars. So Elk City now approaching 10 seconds on the play clock. Jones under center. He'll hand off straight ahead. That handoff will be met and dropped for a loss, I believe. At least he'll be met at the line of scrimmage, eventually brought down.
By number 22.
He didn't want to go down.
Eisler.
But looked like number 33, Jaden Wynn, the ball carrier.
Eisler's having a good game, 3 tackles.
No gain on that play. He'll bring up second down and 10.
Eisler's been kind of a menace so far in this first half.
Kind of all over the field. Elk City Jones under center, puts a man in motion, now hands off. This time trying the right side of the field again, and it looked like possibly Horn.
Matheson and Horn in on that one.
First contact, we'll give that run to Jaden Wynn once again, number 33, and that'll bring up another long third down situation, 3rd down and 8. So spot the ball just near the 46-yard line, just inside the 46.
And Elk City needs to start something. They need to start it right here. They need to break that omen and get that first down.
It'd be the perfect time for the Tigers to just say no and shut the door. 3rd down and 8 now. Jones back to pass, fires right side. That one goes wayward. And the result of the play will be a 4th down and 8. Jones on the coverage. He was right there with his man. But it looked like the pass was just out of anyone's reach.
Jones has been that silent safety all year long. He's been there, and if they come to him, he's always just, kind of effortlessly either knocked it down or made the tackle.
Yeah. He talked about on the interview how he's made that transition, how much he's enjoyed getting over there and learning that spot.
This will be Crook standing back at his own 20. Now comes up to the 26-yard line. He will return, breaks a couple tackles. Now he's breaking more. He's coming near side. He's got nothing but green. He's going to go to the house. Ladies and gentlemen, no flags on the play. Crooks will top it off, and touchdown, Tigers.
We talked about it early. You just don't go to him.
Well, and certainly you've got the sideline as a defender. You've got 11 defenders all, kind of pushing him towards that sideline. So you got your 12th man in place. Crooks makes a couple guys miss and does what he does. Finds the near sideline and just puts
at the office, Kim's Bookkeeping and Tax Service. Another fine sponsor, Clayton's Land Service, LLC, pipeline maintenance, welding, tractor, backhoe, dozer, dump trucks, haul trucks, right-of-way clearing, weed control, mowing, sandblasting, and painting, power washing. Give them a call, 918-223-5801, Clayton's Land Service. Appreciate all the sponsors, and man, be sure to let them know how much you appreciate them bringing this to you on the Hub Network.
Yeah, those sponsors make it possible for viewers from all over to tune in and catch the action free of charge. And without their support, it would not be possible. Matheson set to kick from his own 40, has the 2-step boot, and it'll be taken around the 18-yard line. And the return now, far side of the field, eventually brought down. That is Cole Bowie on the return, and Matheson on the tackle, number 33. So,
and to go back to the sponsors, we still have room. If you still want to be part of this exciting year. I mean, I couldn't hardly wait, after the game Friday for this Friday.
That's exactly
and
right.
now the Tigers not only are in command of this ball game, but they're making a statement to Elk City.
Yeah, and I think that's what you want to do. It's 35-8. You certainly don't let up, and they haven't let up all year long. And we've talked about that before. If you prepare for your opponent, you've got to play 48 all guts. You got to go the entire game. And so it's just now 9.5 minutes remaining, second quarter. Elk City wants to get something starting, and Jones will run a jet sweep, and this will be taken down in the backfield. Drop for a loss, look like Yount.
You're not going to fool Yount twice.
That's Cooper Patton on the jet sweep run, and that has been a bread-and-butter type play for the Elks all year long. However, I mentioned, the preparation and how you go into getting ready for a good team. You execute against anybody, and, the score may not show how good that other team is. And certainly Elk City wanting to try to prove right now they've got more gas in the tank, and they're going to keep coming.
Well, it speaks volumes for the coaches for their preparation, and then bringing it down to the kids, the players, and how they've taken care of it.
Yeah, that version of a reverse now taken by Caden Holder, and he gets tripped up in his own footing in the backfield. He's dropped back there. So now Elk City facing a third down and their longest of the game. Spot the ball at the 25-yard line, and it will be third down and 18.
And Holder didn't have a chance whether he'd stumbled and fell or not. Cushing was in a pack out there of 6 players.
We're approaching the 8-minute mark remaining in the first half. That's going to be Fields getting set under center. There'll be a timeout on the field. That timeout, I believe, is going to go against Elk City as the Cushing fans get excited. The players get excited.
I'm excited.
Hey, that timeout brings us to AKL Services Incorporated. Woolfield Supplies and Services, 918-225-5533. Visit them at 601 East Pine Street in Cushing. Under new ownership, they offer many services, including sandblasting, welding, skid steer, casing, pipe tanks, and more. AKL Services Incorporated. I mentioned Bill's Easy Out earlier in the 2 locations. Be sure to go give them a visit. Bill's Easy Out on Main Street and 9th. CBEW Professional Group LLP, CPAs. They say go Tigers. Income tax planning, preparation, business consulting, bookkeeping, and payroll training. Serving Cushing, Pawnee, and Stillwater. Give them a call at 918-225-4216. Or visit them online at cbew.com. CBW Professional Group.
Elk City now third down, 17 from their own 25-yard line. They need to convert here as they need some things to go their way. And Jones will drop back to pass, and he is under pressure. He'll be caught from behind.
Matheson.
He's dropped for a loss. Is that Heisler, number 22?
Yeah, you're right.
Exactly
That's
right.
Heisler.
Heisler catches him from behind, and now Elk City facing their worst field position, their worst down marker. You see some frustration on their players starting to take effect as the Tiger return team comes on. So Crooks, fresh off of did we get that stat a minute ago? It was a long punt return.
It was an 84-yard.
84-yard punt return. Comes out now. He'll set up around midfield on the Elk City side around the 46-yard line. Low snap, handled well. This is going to be a short punt. Tigers will probably just get away from this one. It takes an Elk City bounce still, helping Elk City. So nice strategy for them or the ball or both. We'll down the ball near the Tiger 47-yard line. That's where the Tigers will take over first down and 10.
This is awesome. My grandson up in Harrington, Kansas is listening. So, hello, Junior.
Cushing Family Practice and another member of Stillwater Medical. Quality care for your whole family. Our new location, 2340 East Main Street in Cushing. You can schedule your appointment by calling 918-725-1901. Cushing Family Practice. Go see Blair Blankenship, Amber Reineke, or Calm McCauley.
Tiger offense now set from their own 47-yard line. Berlowitz has 2 wide drop fires over the middle and just out of reach of
Coach Chisholm, and he turns around and he's like, all right, let's go, guys. Yeah. He's ready.
This will be a 4th down and 3. The ball is spotted in at the Elk City 46-yard line. Tiger offense getting set. Might want to draw Elk City off sides. Trying to get one the old-fashioned way here. 3 wide receivers far side, 2 to the near side, empty backfield.
Elk City draws a lot of teams offside on a hard count as well.
Almost an amazing catch by Jones. It was high, but he goes up for it. He was split between two receivers, so Berlowitz had to place it a little high, and Jones almost came down with it. Nonetheless, the result of the play is a turnover on downs. Elk City will take over, first down and 10.
Don't forget Cushing, Hillcrest Hospital of Cushing. Emergency care and treating emergencies like emergencies. Get back to better health faster at Hillcrest Hospital in Cushing. They're 1027 South Cherry Street in Cushing, or you can visit them online at hillcrestcushing.com.
You know, James would say in a situation like that, why not go for it? If your defense has given up the 8 points, however, since then nothing. You're showing a lot of confidence that yes, our offense can get it. And if they don't, I've got more confidence in our defense.
Absolutely.
8 passes for 147 yards for Blaze Berlowitz and 4 touchdowns to his credit.
This handoff be a quarterback keeper. That'll be Jones around the right side. Misdirection plays, and he'll be gang tackled there around the 47-yard line.
Yount and Horn had to hang on for their life to get him down.
And Jones was fighting for those extra yards on that one, so he'll make it to the 46-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 on the play and bring up second down and 2. And that's the type of effort Elk City's looking for, is they're wanting to step their way back into this, approaching the 5-minute mark. Nothing out of reach yet. 5-minute mark remaining in the first half. Plenty of time for lots of things to happen. Elk City hoping to put themselves back on the board on this drive and go into halftime with some momentum of their own. And there'll be a timeout on the field, I believe. We'll get who, and that'll be Elk City takes, I believe, their third timeout.
That is their third.
With that timeout, we'll hear from a few more of our fine sponsors. Cushing Primary Care, Stillwater Medical. Good health begins with great primary care. Lisa No, Brian Hightower, Courtney Elliott, Randy Grellner, Bethany Jenkins, and Janie Griffith at Cushing Primary Care. Still at 600 South Linwood in Cushing. You can call for an appointment at 918-725-1599.
I'd pay the $25. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Cushing Electronics at Radio Shack, we now have Red Cat Racing hobby cars, trucks, crawlers, and accessories. Come check them out Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 5 at 2010 East Main Street in Cushing, or give them a call 918-225-1432. Go ahead, Bruce. Where'd he go? Did we lose him?
That'll bring up a second down and 2 after the play.
Sorry about stepping on top of you there, James.
All right.
You're doing a great job on those commercials.
Probably look to see another misdirection play. Passing has not been to the credit of Elk City tonight, and that offsides penalty may be the first one that gets called and sticks.
The left tackle made a big jump forward.
So just when Elk City, is in a short, second down and short situation, 2-3 yards to gain, they will now be pushed back to a second down and 7, back on their side of the field, mark at the 49-yard line. Again, very manageable. You chip away 4 or 5 yards at a time. The nice thing about their offense is it's designed to do that. Mm-hmm. The troublesome thing for them tonight is the Tigers' defense is designed to stop that, and has done so thus far. This will go that counter play away from us, and that'll be the handoff to Cole Bowie. He makes a move. He had some room out there, but closing that and making the tackle.
Then Yount got his hand on his shoe and tripped him up.
Yeah, Yount came flying in to make that tackle. So back to the yards you need to gain. That gained you 5. They're wanting to gain 5, 6, 7 yards at a time. And in that case, brings up a third down and 2. However, the clock continues to run, and Elk City's out of timeouts. So with 35-8, the deficit they're facing, they've got to go 47 more yards. Look for them to maybe try to hurry things along. That quarterback sneak, Jones straight ahead, and he'll come out of the pile ahead to the 42-yard line. That'll be good for an Elk City first down.
Hope everybody's enjoying that TFS replay. Tank Farm Services bringing the replays to you. And, man, that is so nice. And some of you may think there's a little bit of buffering on that. There's actually not. We have the ability to slow it down, speed it up, and so on the replay you can kind of see some of that as Joe is looking at the different speeds and bringing up different speeds. And we appreciate Tank Farm Services and what they've done to bring that to us.
Elk City first down and 10 from the Tiger 42-yard line. Jones under center, the bunch set, puts a man in motion. Hands off to the right side. Tiger defense there to stop. Is that Levi Owens, been their go-to 3-4 yard gainer all evening.
And you know who was over? Yount and Matheson.
So a 2-yard gain will bring up second down and 8. Spot the ball right at the 40. Even with that handoff, guys, Owens has been a 3-4 yard gainer all night, and it's starting to become a 2-yard gainer. A 1-yard gain. You know, the Tiger defense just continuing to get tougher and tougher. This time Jones is going to lose the ball. It's on the ground. There's a scramble for it. We haven't had any signal yet. Looks like it'll remain with Elk City.
Yeah, number 57 recovered it.
And that is Carson Price. Offensive lineman, I believe, for Elk City. Brings up third down and 8. No change in the spot on the field. So Elk City facing another third and long situation. Maybe look for something, and their go-to play has been only. Moreland's been a defensive impact for the Tigers, especially the last several weeks of the regular season and especially here lately in the playoffs. Berlowitz now in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers, looks down middle of the field, fires to the near side of the field, has Jones. It's caught. He's at the 30, down inside the 30 to the 25-yard line. Jones was wide open, and credit the route running and the protection for Berlowitz, the route running of Jones. Nice job, would you say head to toe, by the offense on that play. And in a matter of seconds now, it's approaching 110, 109. The Tiger offense is knocking on the door at the 25-yard line.
40-yard pass.
Give that offensive line credit on every play, but certainly on that one. Berlowitz had time to look around and let the play develop.
I want to mention to everybody, some people having trouble with some buffering. It's not happening on YouTube. It's actually happening on Facebook. It's nothing that we have any control over. The best way to always watch at the higher quality is always on YouTube. So if you have a chance, go to YouTube, switch over in just a minute, and look for the Hub Network Cushing or Hub Network Cushing on YouTube, and you'll see it is absolutely clear there.
Tigers take a timeout, 50 seconds remaining in the opening half.
Empowering our members and communities, Central Rural Electric Cooperative, MyCentral.coop. That's empowering the members at Central Rural Electric Cooperative. Pipeline Urgent Care is another member of Stillwater Medical. Stillwater Medical welcomes Ashley Tucker, APRN. Strain sprains, minor burns and cuts, ear, eye infections, cold and flu, fractures, school physicals, fever, adult immunizations, occupational medicine, and more. Walk-ins welcome, on-site lab, and x-ray. That is Pipeline Urgent Care.
The Tiger offense now, ball at the Elk City 21-yard line. It'll be second down and 6. Wanting nothing more than to go into halftime, making another statement in the game. Up 35-8 right now. Berlowitz back to pass. There will be pressure. He'll fire it to the far side of the field. Crooks is there. Possibly makes the catch. Goes out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. He does. He'll be down at the 3, and it'll be first down and goal just like that.
27-yard catch for Crooks.
What a beautiful pass by Berlowitz. The patience to wait for it, knowing he's under pressure. Crooks runs the route, stays with the route, opens up. And now the Tigers first and goal from the 3. Berlowitz with the empty backfield. He'll scramble. He'll go for the corner and got a touchdown. Tigers. Berlowitz finds the corner, and the Tigers have gone up again now, 41-8.
They left Berlowitz all alone.
Well, it was an excellent decision by him because he was going to get pressure. He had the wide receivers running their routes, but the routes were coming back to the near side of the field. And when Berlowitz made that roll to get out there to find somebody, what he found was green grass.
And 6 points.
And 6 points, that's right.
And
Matheson getting set to kick the extra point now, 36 seconds remaining, and it's a great quality to have when your offense can score in less than a minute.
And a great opportunity for Cushing to go in at halftime 42-8 and make Elk City panic.
Yeah, there's the signal. The extra point is good, so Tigers are up 42-8, 36 seconds remaining in the first half. Now Matheson getting set to kick from his own 40-yard line, looking to the sideline for a ball. I believe the return team's ready. The kickoff team's ready. Coach Moore calling in some last-minute special teams.
And Tigers going to need to play this all the way through. 36 seconds. We've proved we can score in 36 seconds.
That'll take a hop at the 20 and be picked up at the 16. And a decent return on the far side, but the Tigers weren't going to let it become a good one, as that was number 22, Cooper Garbarino. He had the big play for Elk City earlier in the game that put them on the board when the Tigers had a 7-0 lead.
And give Matheson credit for that tackle.
So Elk City will start now from their own 29-yard line, really needing to get something going.